Adja wants to get in contact with her granny, Ida May. Adja says that something bad happened, and Granny took it to the grave, whether or whatever. I can't quite get the grasp of the thing there, but I'm sort of getting a grip of it, if you get what I mean. She just wants to know why she turned to alcohol, and why what this bad was, maybe, or whatever. So I thought, well, for this we'll use these Konxari cards here, these seance mediumship type cards, and we'll ask Ida May to join us here and see what she's got to say. So we'll just shuffle the cards, and as we shuffle we just simply ask Spirit of Ida May, we ask for your presence. Commune with us, Ida May, through these cards and move among us. Spirit of Ida May, we ask for your presence. Commune with us, Ida May, through these cards and move among us. Spirit of Ida May, we ask for your presence. Commune with us, Ida May, through these cards and move among us. Blessed be to Ida May and your divine presence. And we just cut the deck. That's the method I use, just cut the deck. And then we'll deal out the cards here. I suppose a bit like a clock face, isn't it, really? I suppose to some, in some regards, and we'll just deal out what we've got here for that. And then these are we deal out 12 cards in all there. We just deal out these here, and then when we've done that, before we commence though, I just want to thank you, Ida May, for joining us. I want to thank you for your time and your energy and your love, and the message that you brought here for us. There are 4 cards we're not supposed to see: the north, south, east and west cards, these 4 here. That's why I just slapped them on top a bit haphazardly there. We can leave them in, but if you want to look at them, don't. Basically. So to save any accidental look-ats, as you'd say, or accidental views, we remove them. We do this, nobody actually knows exactly why, but we do it out of respect for Spirit, out of respect for Ida May. So we just place them underneath the top, underneath there, correction, underneath the deck there. We'll just place them underneath, and then just pop that baby over there. Usually stick them to the side somewhere, but we've got this configuration here, haven't we? This we've got the central cross there. I suppose it is a bit like a compass points of a compass, isn't it, in a way? Not so much a clock face, but it is a compass. The reason I say that is because there are arrows and things and whatever that point directionally, so that's one way. So what we do, we draw the cards in the order that they were drawn. So it'd be this, those 2, and then these 4 here. We can, if we have to, we can pull a 13th card out, but I'd rather not do that if we can help it. Let's just pull out the first card here just to see what Ida May has to indicate, or what's been going on here with it. olfactory, the sense of smell. And the number 5, I don't know if you can just see that there, if you can just see the numbers, and you get letters and numbers just in this bottom corner here of the card, and with that, just make a note of that number 5. Oh, scratch, it's number 5, yes, 5. And the colour orange, it's red, isn't it? Orange red. The colour red or whatever there. So I'm not so much focusing on that, but certainly I'm sort of sensing here as though maybe you can smell her, smell your grandma. I always remember my grandma smelling my grandma's handbag. It was a strange thing. You know, maybe you've got like an item. Well, I suppose maybe like a handbag or a makeup bag, or a bit of clothing, or I don't know what it is. But when you sniff it, you can sort of or certain smells remind you. And I'm sort of going as though she's sort of saying that's how I'm still not so much how I communicate with you, but certainly that's how you. I know that's how you remember me. That's the main method of sort of communication. Maybe you smell something, maybe it's connected to something or other. But of course, you wanted to know. You wanted to know why. Adja wanted to know why, or what she took to the grave with her, or whatever. We don't know at this stage, but certainly we've just got this. The smell thing going on there. Let's just see what else we've got here. We've got stairs, like a candle, symbol of a candle, and the number 8. So we had 5 and 8. I suppose they add that up to 13, don't they? But either way, we've got stairs. So write down the number 8 there. And we can go through them at the end again. And it's thought that it's a bit like Ouija board in the sense that the letters and numbers might provide a message in some way. But of course, when we're using the Konxari, we put the Ouija board away, and that's the main thing connected to this. Stairs, I'm sort of getting on the stairs. Maybe the smell is on the stairs, or the item that reminded you of it that's still got a smell on it is kept by the stairs, or something. But maybe you see her on I suppose you're walking up the stairs and you feel her walk past you, or she's at the top of the stairs or something. But there's something attached to the stairs. I can't quite think what this is yet. We'll pull a few more out. Nobody's to pull all up. We should really pull all of them out, but I'll just do them one by one, really. And I suppose we should just pull them all out and then look at what we've got. The letter P, write the letter P down. P for Papa, and the symbol of Om, the Om symbol. And then this is to do with healing. So that I've been sort of using the Om, or the Om Mani Padme Hum mantra for healing. There's also the Tayata Om mantra as well. But Om, of course, is just the beginning of something, isn't it? Or whatever. A bit like the sort of sound that you make, the first noise you make when you enter the world is So it's just that sort of as the sort of works around that sort of basis. So I'm sort of getting like a new beginning, in the sense healing here, but it's healing for a new beginning. I suppose a bottle of ointment there for treatment and things, but that's I'm not sort of locking up so much on that. Maybe she had her own potions and her own sort of way of healing, but there is, it's as healing as part of it, like a starting again. Why I said that then about the Om symbol and sound, of course. And it's as if maybe she's saying all she wants to do is start again. or something. She's trying to heal even now. She's trying to heal it, and maybe you are the channel that she can use for that. Maybe Adja is the channel there, aren't you? Let's see what else we've got here. We've got Mother, and the colour green and the letter L for Lima. So let's just look at that there. So we've got Mother and the letter L. Why am I supposed to go? Basically, she's literally saying, "Ask your mother. Ask your mother what happened." But she's healing your mother as if okay. Ask your mother what happened. Name my bloody luck. It's your father's mother, your grandma. But either way, ask your mother. Your mother knows. Either because it's her daughter, or because it's her daughter-in-law. Even maybe she didn't get on with the daughter-in-law. If it's the other way, if it's that way around, I don't know which way round. Which way round it is. So I'm sorry about that. We might be psychic, but not bloody mind readers. I'm going to just pull all these other four out sort of straight away. Straight away, accident, the moon, and the letter T. So we've got accident going on there. Something like an accident to do with your mother. There was a bad accident, and I'm sort of getting as though maybe somebody, you're just trying to find somebody to blame, but you can't because it's an accident. And if only we could find somebody to blame, we could get around it somehow. I've got a love heart symbol there, and I've got number 9 and curse. I don't know what that particular thing is, but the other one is the letter T there. So remember the letter T of the number 9. We've got a lot of numbers going on. Then you have to, if you have to add them up, or if they're birth dates or house numbers or something. But certainly, I don't know if it's to do with something. Why am I sort of getting here? There was an accident connected to your mother, and she's trying to, either trying to heal or wants healing, or there's healing needed for this in some way. There's a healing process going on, but it's to do with an accident with your mother. But because you wanted to find somebody to blame, there was a curse. It was perceived as a curse, or whoever was blamed for the accident was either blamed for putting the curse on the person who had the accident. It's his fault, it's the bloody local witch's fault for putting a curse on him, or a curse was placed on the person they thought was to blame for this accident. Why am I sort of getting that, as though this curse, in that sense, was maybe Grandma Ida was sort of cursed, or something, I don't know, and was blamed for this accident when it wasn't her fault. And it's to do with the mother. I don't know. Let's just pull out the next one over here. Let's see what the surrounding cards are there. Oh bloody hell! Mirror and Gemini. I don't know if that's. I'm looking onto Gemini, obviously with the symbol, and the letter X. I'm looking onto Gemini. I don't know if that's more in the way you interpret Gemini, or if it's somebody as a Gemini. In this scenario, mirror. It's that. Why am I sort of getting like a mirror on the stairs? I mean, you shouldn't put bloody mirrors on the stairs, but the mirror. I'm sort of getting mirror at the top of the stairs, on the landing, or just before you go up the stairs. There's a mirror, and when you look in that mirror, either you transfigure yourself and you see your mother's face, I mean, if your mother's still alive, then it's God help us all. But you transfigure and maybe see your grandma's face or something. I don't know, but you see the face of somebody. Maybe you think that your grandma transfigures through you. What you can do is use a mirror and sit at the table and pour water down the mirror, and sort of look up and sort of down your nose, a bit like that. Ooh, you know, snobby sort of looking down, looking down at you, and you're down there and I'm up here. You know, that sort of ooh. And if you look down your nose, you instead of a bit like scrying in a crystal ball, if you don't look at it directly, sort of look down at it. Lift your head up and look down, and if you look down in the mirror, at yourself in the mirror, and pour the water, or somebody pour water down the mirror, you might find it transfigures, and you can get transfiguration with that, and maybe you'll see your grandma. Maybe that's a way you can get a message, is by you actually transfiguring, and your grandma coming through that way. That's just an idea. I don't know, but there's a mirror somewhere by the stairs, either at the bottom of the stairs or top of the stairs, and or both, but certainly not on the stairs. You've got a problem, you've got a mirror on the stairs. Everybody be tripping over, breaking the bloody neck as they just check the profile as they walk past. But let's just see what else is here. Night time is obviously important. The pentagram there and the number 8. You've got a lot of numbers going on. I don't know if you add them all up to find another number or something. We can have a go at that in just a moment. But certainly I was thinking of card 13, but we've already got an answer, an accident. It was an accident. I'm sort of just going as though somebody was to blame for this. Whatever happened was an accident. But there's somebody blaming somebody, and there's a curse. Maybe mother thinks it's a curse that's on her. At the bottom of the stairs, maybe somebody tripped at the bottom of the stairs and broke the neck or something and was blamed for it. I'm not saying it's that, I'm saying it's that sort of thing. Maybe it was that, I don't know. But it's that sort of thing where they weren't pushed, they tripped. Or you know, it wasn't deliberate, it wasn't booby-trapped or anything like that. But these days when we have just an accident, we have to find somebody to blame for it somewhere down the line, even if it's sort of like hundreds of years later. We still have to try and blame ourselves for something that our ancestors did. A bit like the slave trade, isn't it? Blaming ourselves for the slave trade. It wasn't our fault. The slave trade was not our fault. It was the fault of our ancestors. Well, I'm not apologising if my just off on a tangent there. If a member of if I find out any of my ancestors were slave traders, I certainly will not apologise on behalf of them. I'm just their descendants. I'm nothing to do with it. I won't apologise for something somebody else has done. But we have to have this sort of thing where somebody has to take the blame for even just an accident. Even in this particular case, it's an accident, but of course the slave trade wasn't. It was quite deliberate. But in this particular case, why should you be to blame for an accident? But there's somebody, I'm sort of going as though somebody has to be held accountable for it or to blame for it, because it's something that. But I'm sort of going, it's an accident or something happened to somebody, and they were never forgiven for it, or they perceived it as maybe a witch's curse or something like that. I don't know. But it's when you look in the mirror, either at the bottom or the top of the stairs, or hopefully not on, but and or both. It's something to do with the stairs anyway. Maybe you get just that funny feeling you smell your grandma when you're on the stairs, or it's where a coat is still hanging, and you can still get something. I don't know, after 5 or 6 years, but certainly there's something going on there. Maybe it's a bit like the old man who's died. You can smell his pipe, can't you? when you go down the hallway or something, you smell his pipe or whatever. I haven't smoked my pipe for a while, so they probably won't smell anything here from a tobacco point of view. I'd like the odd cigar though. But either way, it's healing. This healing wants to heal this. The mirror, as you look in the mirror, I'm sort of getting to try the transfiguration thing, but do it at night time in some what do they call it? In low lighting. Do it in low light, and that's the best sort of thing. I'm sort of going do the transfiguration set. Maybe anybody else watching this can try that as well. If you want to call up a dead relative or whatever, look at yourself. If you're related to them, then they will use your energy in your face or whatever to try and come through and maybe say something. You can probably lip read and see what they're saying to you. That's an interesting thing, isn't it? It's a new moon tomorrow, by the way, so maybe you could initiate some magic with that. I was tempted to pull some mediumship cards out, or conversation cards, just on behalf of Ida May. There, so just before we go through that sort of anagram, as we call it, anagram, sort of a bit like the Times crossword at the end, you know, before we all settle down and get serious again. But this is a bit more serious in the sense, as I said, a bit like Ouija board, but we look at all the letters and numbers. You've got a lot of numbers, and we'll try and maybe you've written them down and maybe there's something there. If you can work it out, add the numbers up, or is it birth dates or something, I don't know. Something to still getting the Gemini. When you look in the mirror, it's something to do with Gemini. So work that one out. Let's just see what Ida May there, what have you got to say for us? See a message there just for Adja, just to we'll just pull 3 cards out here. We will be together again. We'll be together again, and as a soul, I can be in several places all at bloody once. Good for you, Ida. And we're so connected. Yes, this is what this is sort of vibrating with the looking in the mirror idea and this transfiguration. I'd say game, but it isn't really. But the transfiguration ritual, as you could do, pour the water down the mirror as you think about your grandma, and then maybe you could ask your grandma, and you'll see a face, and your face will turn into her face, and she may say something, you lip read, or you may hear a voice, or something. So try that. You are so connected. She's saying we're so connected, and we will be together again. And as a soul, I can be in several places at once. I can be there watching the video with you, and I can be with somebody else. I can be with somebody else as well, watching TV in the other room, or the old man in the garden. I can be everywhere at once. So we'll clear those down in just a moment. But just for now, we'll just gather up these 8 cards here. I'll do them in reverse order, and then we can put them back in order again, just in a row here. So let's just go through what we've got here. I just want to thank you there, Ida, for that message. Short and sweet, but yes, follow this one through, I think, and tell us. Maybe you could post a message, not so much feedback, but certainly obviously positive, a bit of feedback in the sense of, did he, was it true, was it right, wrong, or whatever. We're not after money and sort of trying to get a high score to pull in the punters or anything. It's just more like a scientific feedback that we just have to, maybe was, you know, how accurate was it or whatever. But just out of curiosity, did you try the, and he's sort of talking after now, did you try the transfiguration and what happened? But just for now, we notice you've got the number 3, correction, number 5, number 8, number 8, 5 and 8, the letter P for Popper. So write that down if you're going along with it. The letter L. Is it somebody's initials or something like that, or a place name or something? The letter T. Oh, I've got quite a few letters there. And then the number 9. A few more numbers than normal though, haven't we, this time round? The letter X. There. And finally number 8. So work that one out. We'll leave it with you to work out that little conundrum, I suppose you could call it. And just for now, I want to thank you, Ida May, for joining us. I want to thank you for your time and your energy and your love. And until next time, we will gather Ida's message up now. Now you've written all them down, and we'll just place them respectively, just in their respectful piles there, and until next time, just as we've packed these up here, we will just say, love is the law, love is the bond. That love, that healing love, of course. That we can maybe heal it or something. Maybe it's up to you to find the answer. But love is the law, love is the bond. Marry did we meet, marry do we part. And until next time, Ida, marry may we meet again. And we'll just place the rest of the deck on top of Ida's message as if to lay Ida to rest. Until next time, blessed be to Ida May and all absent friends.